Hi guys, it's Dee. Just coming on to share with you the latest mini album that I've made. I've had in my stash for an absolute age the Santoro, I think it's Mirabelle paper collection. I first bought, I think it was 2 of the A4 pads from a shop while we were away on holiday somewhere. It was closing down. She'd had the A4 pads reduced to £5 each, so I bought 2 of those, and then Every Craft's a pound, I think, was selling them for £3.99, so I bought some more, and I've had them for ages, and it was getting to the point where I was thinking of giving them away or selling them because they were getting on my nerves. And because I'd bought all of the embellishments to go with them, all the ribbons and the flowers and the little wooden pieces and the bows, all sorts of stuff, and it was just every time I opened the cupboard it was falling out, so I thought I need to use it. So I've made an album, so I thought I'd come along and share it with you. So I've used some papers from the A4 and from the 12x12, and some of the embellishments as well. And also I bought, well chuffed with myself, I bought myself some stamps. The Heartfelt Creations Botanical Rose. I've managed to get them on eBay for about £11.99 I think, because I'd seen, I think it's actually on the Heartfelt Creations YouTube channel and various other people that I've watched, but these, when they're put together, make the prettiest flowers, I think. And I made some and I was really chuffed, so I've used them in this album as well. So yeah, thought I'd come along and share it with you. I haven't finished decorating the front cover yet. Here are the flowers to go on there. I need to punch out some more leaves and think about what else I'm going to do on there, but it's, I don't even know how big it is. I only finished it this afternoon. It's 8 7/8 by 6 inches. It's a double layered chipboard cover. I used to do single layered chipboard covers, and then I was watching Terry's scrapbooks and she always doubles it up and makes it twice as thick. And this is what I've done recently in the last few albums I've made, and it's really hard. It's like solid, so this ain't gonna get bent. I've used some of these are the 12x12, and that's a piece of the A4 to cover the cover. I love this paper with the butterflies on it. It's all embossed and it feels really lovely. I love it. So I've done the back exactly the same as the front, but like I say, I haven't decided how I'm going to finish that bit yet. So inside, oh crikey, not my tea flying. I've done this the same as I did the Monomore album with the vellum pages as well, and I used a different embossing folder for this one. It's another Sheena Douglas. Again, this was another one of the ones that I got from Every Craft's a pound when they were a pound. I don't know if you can see, it's going to help you see the pattern. It's quite a pretty pattern. Mind the glare of the lamp. Is that better? Yeah. Which is quite nice, and I don't know if anybody else has the same problem, and I've only noticed it on this one since I've put it all together, now that there's nothing I can do about it. But some of the embossing folders emboss so deeply that it actually splits the vellum. So this one's actually got quite a few holes in it, where obviously it's punched out the shape of the leaves and the paisley pattern there. It's not a problem, but it just bugs me a little bit when you don't realise what's happened until it's too late to do anything about it, but there we go. So on the inside I've made a pocket, and I've used one of these. It was just 2 odd dies that I bought from a lady on eBay, the ones that do the different shapes on your pocket edges. So I've used that one all throughout the album, but I've used it here mainly to create a pocket on my front. Most of my photo mats, I've used the packaging from the bows and the ribbons and everything. Anybody that's got the same collection, let me find one that's, okay. These are some of the buttons that I haven't used, but the packaging is just as pretty as the paper. And if you open it up, I think it's what they intend you to do anyway, but if save you throwing anything away. I mean, all the inside of the packets are patterned, so you can use them. And then each section is decorated as well, so I've cut each section into sections, and like I've used this section and I've cut out these and used that. These pieces here, which is like kind of like this one if you like, I've just covered up the bit where it's got all the writing and just left the pretty bits showing. So that was just an idea that I thought I'd pass on for anybody that, you know, has got packaging that they think is too pretty to throw away. Just use it, why not? Like I said, just cover up the bits that you don't need to see. You can always make photo mats, and you can use all your bits and bobs. So that's just an idea for you guys. So that's what I've done here. Made a place for a photo mat and one on the back, and then this one again is one of the packets from the, where's it gone? Like these sorts of things, these little plastic acrylic folded boxes. I haven't used any of these paper flowers, to be fair, but I've used the cardboard packaging insert to make this card here. We've used some metal embellishments as well, some of the ribbons that go with the collection, and I've just filled in the space with just a piece of the designer paper, and then just made another little photo booklet out of that. So I've made it go as far as I can. That goes in there, and then these are the little metal cabochons, I think they're called. Probably not, but it sounds good, doesn't it? Like I know what I'm talking about. These things, they're not cabochons, are they? What are they called? Cameos, that's the word. And there's 4 in a packet, and each one's different, and I think I've used 2 in the album. So I've used one here. I've done the binding in exactly the same way as my monomer, so I've done it so that the pages bend a bit easier and lay flatter. So I've used the vellum, which I've attached with eyelets to each page, and then I've just tied the ribbon through to make it look a bit neater and a bit tidier. And like I said, I've used the embossing folder on each one. I've created pocket pages with a pull out, and the edges of the pockets here I've used the Tim Holtz, what's it called, distressed doily die, which I've been wanting to use for ages and I've never quite found the right thing to use it on, so I've used it finally now. Each page opens up and then that whole piece slides out, and I've used magnets as well. There's one here and there's one here to keep the pages closed when they're in. These are the flowers that I made with my stamps and my distress inks. I've used a scalloped circle just to hide this piece here. Obviously I wasn't able to cut my designer paper, or I probably could have done, but it would have been a pain in the backside. So I just cut the designer paper straight, and then I've used the semicircle to hide this bit here, which would have been black, plain black card. And that is actually open for sliding a photograph in underneath if you wanted to. And I've actually used another stamp. Got quite chuffed with myself that I'm doing a bit of stamping. It was just this little one, which was free. I like the free bits. It was a Sheena Douglas set as well. It came with quick cards. No idea when, sometime this year. And that's this one here. So I need to put it all away now, it's hanging around. And then I've created a little pocket on the inside of that flap just for a little journal spot or a little photograph. That little butterfly didn't stamp out very well, but it's part of the same collection as well, and I did splodge a bit of ink there, but it adds to the effect, I think. And overall I was really chuffed, and I think this paper is really pretty. I think the reason why I didn't use it for so long and it was just sitting in my cupboard is because I wasn't overly sure if I liked it or not, but now that I have used it, I do like it, and I'm going to make another one because I've got loads of bits left. So this back of the first page, I've created a little side pocket here, another one of my flowers. This little butterfly is one of the wooden ones. I don't know where they've gone now, but they come in the matching Santoro set. I've just inked the edge with, what inks did I use? Victorian Velvet Distress ink. I've just inked around the edge of it with my sponge, stuck a few little half back pearls down the centre, and then I've gone over the whole thing with glossy accents just to seal it and make it look pretty. And then I've created a little photo booklet here, done some more stamping, which tucks in nicely there. Another vellum page. All the pages are exactly the same design, I've just changed about the papers that I've used. And again, I've used, that's another Tim Holtz die. I don't know which one it is now. Don't know, I've got so many. No idea. No, I'm going to guess. But that's open as well for cutting a photograph and sliding it in. And that just sits in that little pocket there. And then I love this paper on the back. Pretty, nice and vintage. And that slides in there. This back of that page, I've created a belly band, which just holds some of the tags. These are all made from packaging. That's, like I said, I've just covered up where the words were printed on the back of the packet and made a photo mat. And then these are some of the other packaging that I've used. So that piece there is open if you wanted to slide a photograph up underneath. And then this one, I've left them both plain on the back, but this one I've just made some, or put some little flat back pearls on the bottom of her dress. Glossy accented the little bird and popped one of the bows up the top there. And then they all fit in there. More vellum. Next page. Like I say, they're all exactly the same layout. This is some more packaging that I've used. I've got some of the washi tape as well, something else I've never used before. Made another little photo mat, slides in the pocket. So, I'm going to make another one, but I might make a little small pocket sized mini. Use up my bits. This one I've made another pocket on the bottom. It's another one of those cameos with a little bow at the top, and then 2 more photo mats from the packaging. I hate throwing things away, especially if you know you can use it. So they go in there. More vellum and pink satin ribbon. The only thing I haven't done here, which I still might do, is fill in the gusset here with some of the strips of paper that I've got left, because I hate to see black like that. The next page, quite a few of the papers are just matte, just plain like that, and then you've got quite a few as well that are embossed, or they've got a glittery finish, or they've got highlighted, I think you can see that, yeah, shiny bits on there. I think they're really pretty. This one is another piece from the packaging. I've just covered up the, I think it said Santoro. It would have been like this here. I've just covered it up with a little metal piece and popped a little bow in the middle, and then plain on the back for some writing or a little tiny photo. And then on the back of there, it's that same paper. I love that. And then that goes there. This, I've made another belly band, but I've also placed some ribbon to keep the booklet in place. This is another part of some of the packaging. I think this was the metal butterflies, I believe. Yeah, it was. Which I haven't actually used any of, but they were really pretty. But because they've not got a flat back, they're quite wobbly, and I didn't want to not be able to stick it properly. But yeah, that's the metal butterflies that you can get as part of the collection. And I've just made a photo booklet again. Used some more of the washi tape down the bottom because I cut my papers too short to fit, so I've just filled in the gap with some washi and done some more stamping. So that slides in there like that. Could have done with making the ribbon a bit longer, but never mind. Does its job. More vellum, another paper. I love this paper here, the dark grey with the dark grey glittery embossed bits. It looks really nice. Some more stamping on the back. Here I've used just a little offcut of the paper just to make a little photo mat or journaling space. Back of this page, another little tiny pocket down here with some more washi tape. This is the top part of the packaging from the ribbons, which was folded in half. It had the like the hanger tab here, so I've just flattened it out, glued it down. Obviously I've covered up the writing and everything, used some of my stamped and punched flowers, and made another little place for a photo. I was really chuffed with how this came out again. Like I say, I finished it this afternoon and thought I'd share it with you this evening. So I love this paper too. I love it all. Considering I didn't like it to start with, I fell in love with it as I've been working with it. It's lovely. So, and then this, oh, that catches on there, that's not good. I'll have to do something about that. And this is another little thing that I've never done before, one of those little, hang on, that's it. I don't know what you call these sorts of closures, but it's the thing with the buttons and the string. There you go. That's all creased now, never mind. Again, I've used that same die to create the pattern on the edge of the pages, and that opens up like that to create more space for photo and journaling or whatever. And then these are some of the buttons that go with the collection. And then also this baker's twine as well is part of the collection. So that just winds around like that, and that's just a metal piece from my stash which I've just tied on the end. I don't know if that's the bit that's causing the problem, to be honest, but there you go. And then the back page, I've just made another belly band, and then some more of the packaging. I think this girl, whatever she's called, is my favourite. I think she's the prettiest one. And I've just made more spaces for photos or journaling or whatever on the back there. And that closes up like so. So I just thought I'd come along and share that with you. I have no idea what I'm going to do with all these albums. I might try and sell them, I think, if I can. But yeah, just thought I'd come along and share that with you. Like I say, I've still got loads of paper left, and obviously loads of odd bits of the packaging that I can use for photo mats and tags and whatnot. So there you go. I just thought I'd share. So thank you for watching, my lovelies, and I shall speak to you very soon. Thank you very much. Love ya. Bye.